Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Braaksma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And I'm an Independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Arvada, Colorado. And I'm back today for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. And here's the thing. I wasn't going to do this video because I am so busy right now getting prepared for a craft fair. And I didn't have time to design anything for my MoJOY Monday. So I was just going to go ahead and come on here and show you a few things that I was making for the craft fair. But then I decided, why not show you all what I am working on currently for the craft fair? And so that's what I'm going to do today. But since I don't really have a whole lot of time, I won't be putting all the descriptions and all that in all the dimensions in the description because I'm not going to have time to do that because I really need to focus on getting a lot of things made this week. And plus, I'm using an old designer series paper that is no longer available. But I thought showing you the project would be nice because then it'll give you ideas as well. So what I'm working on today, we're focusing on things that bring us, that we're grateful for in the month of November. And I know many of us are grateful for our pets. Now, I don't have one currently because I lost Pebbles the same year that I lost my husband. And I just haven't had the courage, I guess, to go down that road again. But I know there are many people out there that love their pets, so I decided to work on a project for the craft fair for people to give little gifts to their pets during Christmas. And so while I was at the farmers market this summer, I found these barking dog beer bones, and I'm all about natural and making sure that our little furry animals get the best food that they can. And so I'm always on the hunt for very good quality food. In fact, when I had Pebbles, I made sure that she had that. I made sure she had great supplements in her food. I made her food and all this stuff. So when I found these dog bones, I thought, I don't want to just go to King Soopers and pick out a cheap old dog bone for this project. I want this project to have some quality dog bones in for the dogs, because I do believe it's important to treat them just as well as we want to treat ourselves, because they are very valuable to us. So I found these, and I'm able to get 10 of them in this cellophane bag. So I thought this would be a really cute gift. So let me show you what I did. So and this is the retired designer paper, the Playful Pets. There's a sheet in there that has all these cute little dogs on there. And so the reason why I wanted to use this paper, because we do have a pet paper in the current mini catalog, but I wanted to use this because it has all the cute little dogs and I wanted to use them on my project. And so in the, let's see, the stamp set that coordinated with this, which this is still available, is the Pampered Pets. And in there is this die that has, it's this one. And see, it matches the paper. So you can lay it up against that dog right there and die cut him out. Now, I wish they would have had one for all the dogs on this paper, but they don't. So I had to fussy cut all the other ones out. But that's okay. It wasn't that difficult. But then I wanted to back it up with some cardstock so that it would be a little sturdy on my project. So for this one, I went ahead and die cut just another one of the dogs with the basic black, and I just put it behind and gave it that little shadow look. And then the little hats that I did on all the dogs comes from the current stamp set also that's in the mini catalog, the Sweet Little Stockings. And I use that little hat, and I'm using the sentiment called Santa Paws is Coming to Town. So I went ahead and stamped them on basic white, and then I colored them in with the real red um, Stampin' Blends. And then I'm going to be using the Wink of Stella to put on the white parts of the hats to give it that little glistening look. So there's that dog. And then this little cutie was the back of the die that I'm using for this one is out of the Tasteful Labels, and I'm using this die right here. And then this little cutie, I'm using out of the Tasteful Labels this circle here as the background, and I'm also using that same die for these two. Well, that's the same as the other one. I just have a different color because I'm doing different color boxes, and I'll show you that in a minute. And so that one, and then this little weenie dog, I guess you call it, I'm using the stitch nested labels, and I'm using this size right here. And so there's that. And then I went ahead and stamped the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And I am using, I don't remember where this die came from right now. I probably should have looked that up, but I don't. I think it was in the mini catalog, and it was probably, let's see if I can find it real quick for you guys. I thought it was in a different set totally. Oh, yes, it was. I remember now. It was part of the Festive and Bright, and there was a die in there. Let's see if I can show you. There was a die in there that I really liked for that sentiment that I'm using. So it's that one right there. So that is the die that I used for that. But then I wanted to back it up, right? So I just went ahead and cut a piece of basic black, and I didn't take it all the way to the end. I just did it so that it would just show on the top and bottom of the sentiment there. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get on with the card. And I'm in the card, the box basically. And I found this on Donna Griffith's site. And the reason why I like this box is because there's no adhesive involved. So let's move these little guys out of the way so that I can show you this. And so basically, it's a whatever color you want your box to be. So the dimensions on this is 8 by 9 3/4. And then when you put it in your, to do your scoring, you're gonna do it on the long side, which is the 9 3/4, and you're gonna score it 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. And then you're going to rotate it, and you're going to, on the 8-inch side, and you're going to score it at 2 and 6 inches. And then one thing that she didn't do, and I will show you that here in a minute. So basically what she suggested, and it's been working great, is that when you fold on all the score lines and you burnish them in to get them really nice and burnished, because we're going to be folding this box, the one thing that she suggested, and I do believe this helps, is score it on one, burnish it, fold and burnish it on one side, and then also go in the opposite direction on all your score lines. So that's what I'm going to do here. But then I found the next step needed a little more help. So I'll show you what I did that she did not show in her video. And let me go ahead and get this done. And then you turn it over, and so basically you're going to fold these two ends in. And then we're going to do some folding here, but it was too hard for me to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over, and I'm going to take a stylus, and you can use your stylus that comes in the scoring machine, but I'm using this one right now. It's just one that I had in my stuff from my decorative painting days. So on the second square in from either side, I am going to put my, this, now I just forgot the name of it. I'm going to put this in the corner, and then I'm going to align my ruler with the other opposite corner, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little score line that way. And I know that our scoring machine also has the diagonals, but this was quicker for me. So this is, like I said, I'm taking the stylus tool, just remember the name, and I'm just going from corner to corner on these two ends here. Then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the two boxes from the bottom of this side, and also score a line there. This is just going to help with folding it, and it was easier for me than just trying to do what she did. So I'm adding this little extra step. So now you turn it back over and fold those in, and then you're going to put your finger right at the corner here, and you're going to start to bend that fold at that where I had creased it. And if you have to push it in to line it up a little more, you can do that. And then you just kind of take your burnishing tool and just kind of make sure that that line inside is nice and folded down. Then you do the same thing to the other side. So I just kind of put my finger in the corner there to get it started, and then what you're doing is and let me show you. Let me go ahead and take my my bone folder there. And so basically what you're doing is you're taking this, see, how am I going to show this to you? You're taking this score line right here, and you're going to bend it so that it lines up with the edge of that paper right there. And then once you get that, then you just take your bone folder and make sure it's nice and crisp on the inside. So that's what we're doing here, taking this score line, I don't know if you can see that, this score line, folding it over so that that score line lines up with the edge of the folded cardstock. So hopefully that makes sense. And then we're going to do that on the opposite side as well. So let's go ahead and take that, and that's why putting that little extra scoring in there helped me. She didn't do that, but maybe it was easier for her to do it this way. And then we're going to do that again on this other side. And then I'm just going to make sure that that inside where I folded it is nice and burnished. So now basically you're going to have this, when you fold that in, it's going to look like this, right? And if you notice, there's one side, I don't know if you can tell, but one side, like this side right here, is shorter than the other side. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard on the camera, but maybe you can. This side is shorter. So that's going to be the side that we're going to be putting into this other flap. But first, I want to get my bones here and try to get them squished down as much as I can. And I just took some of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm just kind of running it across the back there so that I can have, well, let's see if I can get that going, so that I can have something to hold it down when I fold it over. Well, is it not sticky? What's going on here? You know, that's how it goes. When you're trying to do it on camera, everything seems to, there we go. So there. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to squish that down and fold that over and go ahead and adhere it the best I can there. I just don't want it popping up. Now you could take it and squish it and tie it with a ribbon, and I just didn't want to take the extra time to do that because I'm trying to get this done, and the other work that I put into this was taking enough time as it was. So I figure they're just going to open this up, take these bones out and give it to their pets, and so I don't need it to be so pretty on the inside. So then I'm going to place that in this box that's kind of created with these folds and try to get that squished down there. And then I'm going to take the shorter end like I talked about, which is this side, and I'm going to put those flaps into the other side, right into that pocket, right? So then once you get that in there in that pocket, see, there you go. You have your cute little box, and you didn't have to use any adhesive. So now I'm going to make this where it meets. See how it's kind of a little off? I'm going to make that be the back and the bottom of my box. So now I'm going to take some designer series paper that I've cut, and I've cut 3 of these at 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, because I'm only going to decorate the 3 long sides with this paper. And then I took some opposite, and which I think in this case was the back of this one, and I'm gonna put these on the sides, and this is at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I'm gonna put this on the side. So let's do that really quick here. And I'm gonna use my liquid glue because I wanna make sure that I can move it around. So let's get that done. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you the ones that I've made so far. And just to let you know that if you happen to be local, this craft fair is at Warder Elementary, and it's on this coming Saturday. So, and I have gotten a booth with a couple friends, and we've made some. One of the things we made together was this called, it's called an essential stick, and it's basically, you can use it as deodorant, and you can use it as a like a body lotion. And we made that with doTERRA essential oils, and then I made the container to hold it, and I made the labels that went on it. So now I'm turning it around to the back, and I'm going to go ahead and add this last piece of designer paper. And this is why I like the liquid glue, is so that I can move it around if I need to. Now let's get the sides taken care of. And then I will show you how I put my little doggies on the box and show you some of the other ones that are done. Okay, so we're going to add this to this side, and then, oops, make sure that it's glued down, and then put this on the other side. And she did hers differently, but you know, this is how I wanted to decorate it, so make sure I'm doing it the right direction. Okay, and put that on there. Alrighty, so now we have, oops, did I do that wrong? This is the front, and this is the back. No, we're good. Okay, we're good. It's all lined up. Now, I'm going to take one of my little doggies, and for this one I wanted, let's do this little guy, my little favorite one. I'm going to, the one that's backed in the basic black, and I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm not going to put them too close to the top because I want the little hat to be sticking up over the box lid a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals like that on the back, and we're going to pop it up on the front of this card, but I kind of wanted it, you know, not at the very edge. I just kind of eyeball it where you think you might like it, and I think I'm going to put it right there. And then see, his little hat kind of pops up a little bit there. Just so cute. Then I took my Santa Paws is Coming to Town, and I'm going to add 3 dimensionals on the back of this one. And then we are going to, well, took the cover off, but there we go. And then put this on the top of the box. I'm going to add a little bit of embellishments. So this was on the little doggy was on the left side. So now I'm going to put the sentiment more toward the right side in the center of the top of the box. Okay, then I'm going to take the red rhinestone basic jewels and put a couple of these right on the edges of this little tab, and I think that'll just add a really cute look. There you go. Okay, so there's that box, and that's basically what I'm doing, and I'm making 16 of these. So I'm making them in black and red. So here's one that I did in red with this little doggy. And then we've already seen that little doggy. And then here's one in black with, well, you've already seen that doggy on the red. So we've got that one. And then he's so cute. And see if you've noticed on this one, I've already put the Wink of Stella. So I don't know if you can see that glistening on the white there. So there's that one. And then we've got our little weenie dog. And there's that. And then I think this is our last little cutie. So there you go. There's this cute little box. And what I love about it, no adhesive box. So thank you, Donna Griffith, for that idea, because, you know, you love boxes that are quick and simple, because the other ones you usually have to cut and you got to put all this tear and tape, and this was just perfect for this project. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you like what you see on my Monday videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my video and comment and share and all that good stuff. It really helps my business out a lot. And I'm trying to get to at least 100 subscribers here quickly, because I want to change the name of my YouTube channel to my business name, which is Choose Joy with Carmen, instead of having those numbers. So that would be greatly appreciated. And if you're not a crafter, but you have friends that are crafters, sharing my video would be greatly appreciated. So I am going to head back now and work on these projects and try to get everything that I wanted to get done before the craft fair this Saturday. So you all have a great week. And like I said, if you're local and you want to stop by at Warder Elementary this Saturday, you will see us there. So have fun, everyone, and we will talk to you again next Monday at my next episode of MoJOY Monday. See you all later. Bye.